Actions are the ones that execute business logic, such as storing data in the database, interacting with AI, or talking to third-party integration, for example. And these actions can be triggered from the front end. So let's create a new actions here. So to do that, you can simply just click on this plus button and give it a name. So in our case, we will create generate quiz action. So right after you created the action, you will see an action builder and also action editor on the right. So the action has two main parts, input and output. So input is where you define the kind of data you want this action to accept from the front end. And the output is for you to define what kind of data you want to send it back to the front end. For this example, to generate a quiz, we need two main things. Name and description. So let's go ahead and create these two fields here. So the first one is name, and each of these fields will have a basic validation. So for this one, we just make this field require, and the same thing we're going to create for description. So now we have name and description field. The next thing we want to do is to use AI to generate quizzes. To do that, you can basically bring up the actions browser by clicking this plus button. So we have a list of pre-built actions here. So what we're looking for is an AI action, generate text. And here you can select the AI model that you created in your AI studio. In our case, we're going to choose QuizGen. And here you can craft the prompt that you want AI to do. In our case, we want to generate, say, 3 quizzes for the given description. So in order to reference the variable or to use the value coming from the input field, the description field, so what we need to do is using this 2 curly bracket to bring up this drop down, and so that you can select the kind of input that you want to use. Awesome. There are additional 2 fields here, which is we are not going to use it, so we're going to remove these 2. And the action has again 2 things, input and output as well. So this action, if you go to the output, you will see what sort of output does this action has. And also to make it more descriptive, you can change the action name as well. In this case, let's say generate quiz with question. And the next thing we want to do is to store the data, both name and description coming from actions input, and also the generated quiz from the AI. So to do that, we're going to browse the database action, create record in database, and choose the table that you want to store the data to. And here you can reference the variable. So we're going to choose name coming from input, description, and then generated quiz. So we're going to choose the output coming from generate quiz AI action here. And now this value will be stored inside the specified table here. And the last thing we want to do is to define what sort of output we want to send it back to the our front end. So in this case, all we care about is sending quizzes. So let's reference to this AI response. So that's it. So this is how you can create an action very easily.